Hey, hey! Hello! Welcome again to another Tuesday night live stream. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you for joining me, Party Paul. Yeah, time for another chill week. Hey, unknown unpopular user. Hey, James. Wow, that's great. Thank you for joining me, guys. Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you, everyone, for being here. That's so great. I really needed that. Yeah, that's so wonderful. Deceptikitty was here. I had things set up for my cat cam set up on her little perch there, but I forgot my camera at work. I brought my webcam to work the other day. And whoops, wasn't prepared. So real quick, I'm sorry for being late. Normally I start streaming at 8 o'clock. I felt I had an opportunity to start a little bit later today, and I took that chance. And reason is, well, I'll get to that in a sec. What does this comment say? Hey, dudes, should I take a shower now or after the stream? When are you starting? Hey, go take a shower. Go take a shower, smelly boy. Go take a shower. You stink. You stink. That was Jay Sherman. Okay, tonight's going to be about cartoons. Let's take a poll. When should Goober shower? That is a good poll. That's a good poll. I say shower immediately. I say take the stream into the shower. Why not? You could do that. We're in that age where it's all right to take us all into the shower with you. And yeah, we'll just meet up later and pretend like nothing happened. That's absolutely fine. You could shower. But as you feel right, if you don't feel like going in the shower and you want to do that after the stream, you could do that. Tonight is unprepared. So tonight, really quick, before anyone goes away to bathe themselves, I want to make a PSA. If you're riding in a bike lane, wear your helmet. That's super important. And can't stress that enough when you're living in a metropolis. So long story short, I was hit by a car on Saturday riding in the bike lane, and this morning I went to get some CT scans, and I'm okay, thankfully, but everyone ride safe, be vigilant, shower tomorrow, Ninjatron says. I guess after. Okay, good. Stick around, y'all. So, yeah, stay safe. Be vigilant. There's no reason to show off or be fast. I, on the other hand, got a haircut, and I guess I kind of treated myself to a haircut. And I felt really good about it, so I was on a high, I suppose. And it's not like I wasn't watching traffic. The guy cut me off. But, you know, I could have been more vigilant is the thing. It could have been avoided, but whatever. Let's get this week started with some new drink from Sangria. I don't know what this is, but it's new. It's like a milky fruit cocktail. It's like a punch, but with milk in it. And in Japan, they like their milky stuff. Milky drinks, for some reason. They find it refreshing. All right, I'll go with that. Eggs all the time. Hey, James, right on. Thank you for finding the stream. So James often calls me up before Sunday night live stream with ChildrenOfPrimus, and we talk about what's been happening throughout the week, like, with regards to Transformers and stuff. So yeah, I made sure I called him today, and got to talking some Transformers because I missed his call on Sunday. I do not stink, sir. Good sir. I do say. Well, you smell good from here, Goober. Oh, this smells like medicine, like banana medicine, but like with a mix of strawberry banana medicine. Oh my god, you're suggesting me ninja shower together? Yeah, it's okay. It tastes like it smells. It's like fruit banana medicine, but like liquidy. I live in Metropolis. Oh my god. Yeah. Metropolis. That was a good movie. Yeah, this tastes exactly like banana, strawberry banana. If there was a medicine, it's banana medicine. That's the thing. But with strawberry in there. The reason I say strawberry and banana is they had this power bar energy thing that I used to get like in the late 90s, early 2000s. Oh, thank you, Goober. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I'm okay. I totally ninja flipped over the car. But yeah, still injured myself. Got to get myself checked out. I've had concussions in the past, and this doctor suggested get your brain scanned. So it's about time I got my brain scanned. A few x-rays in the brain won't hurt anyone. Just got to drink a little bit extra water in the morning to flush that out of my kidneys. Actually, they didn't make me take... So I've never done a brain scan before, oddly enough. Had a number of brain injuries, but back in the day, you just shrugged it off, which was really dumb, really dumb, really dumb what we used to do back in the day. Thank God for medical advancements, but yeah, doctor suggested I get my brain scan, and I'd like to see what my brain looks like on the inside. The latency seems a little bit slower than usual. You're absolutely right, dude. You are right when it's coming to that. And let me just see what's going on with that. I thought I would put low latency. And it's normal latency. How do I do that? Can I fix that? I don't know if I could fix. It's a normal latency. Unfortunately, I don't think I could change the latency live. Oh, silly me. Slow mode, 60 seconds. Sorry guys, slow latency today. I'm a little bit slow in the brain, if you don't mind. That's why I've been a little bit late today. Milky. Yes, so what it tastes like is that power bar, but not the bar. They had like a gel pack, and they had a strawberry banana flavor. I think they had a vanilla one. I'm not completely... I'm a little bit fuzzy on the memory right now. Where's the stream? Oh, we're here, dude. We're here. I hope you're seeing this. We're live. Refresh your page. Hopefully that solves the problem. Yeah, sorry about the latency thing. I thought I was prepared this time around, so I had to take an hour to eat because I was feeling really low energy. Just needed to have that extra sustenance because like I'm healing a little bit. Did do some extra stuff this morning, x-ray wise. And yeah, I'm a little bit sore all over, but whatever, you know, like I'm at that age where I should be like totally roughed up and in ER, but no, I'm fortunate for my good health and my nimbleness. So yeah, I pulled out of that one all right. It wasn't a big deal. Some cool stuff though that I did get is this milky fruit punch, which is great. I want your brain to be happy. You know what? Me too. I want my brain to be happy. So much so that I want to see it smile. So I got my brain some photographs, and I'm gonna show everyone my brain photographs when I get them. I'm not sure when I'll get them, but I'll get some photographs to show you of my brain. Yeah, we could see where all the lesions are, and like maybe it makes some like patterns. That's what I'm curious about. Anyways, I'm just kidding. I don't have lesions in my brain. That I'm aware of. We'll find out. So I got some Haribo stuff. I saw this at the Asian grocery store Oceans. And are you using Streamlabs or OBS? Yeah, I'm using OBS right now, but the problem is this today, I didn't pay attention to my YouTube settings when I was setting up the streams, and I put normal latency, or rather I didn't choose low latency. There's low latency and ultra low latency. Last week I did low latency. I haven't tried ultra low latency, which I find that's not necessary. Low latency should be good enough, but normal latency seems to be where I get bogged down like a minute probably. My brain is never happy. It always wants more. That is a good state to be in, a good chaotic state to be in, because that's how things progress. Like if you're stagnant, if you're happy and content, then things don't change. Then like, why change, right? But if you are put under stress, that's how things evolve. And essentially, things change in spurts, like we've noticed in evolution. Maybe I'm just talking off my brain, but I got some Haribo snacks. These are Super Mario ones. So there was a few of them. The ones I would have picked up were either the gummy bear ones, which seems to be the standard, or the watermelon ones. But this one seemed fun because it was a Super Mario Bros. And when I was a kid, I used to get the Super Mario Bros. Gummy snacks that used to go in my lunchbox. And that was so cool. That was like early days. That was before Gushers. That was before So Delicious back in the day. I did ask you to do Haribo Candy. Yeah, you did, dude. Yeah, you did. It is stopping a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. It seems like I'm dropping maybe 25% of my frames. That sucks. I'm sorry about that. How even low latency doesn't save my drop frames. I'm wondering why. Not downloading anything at the moment. Just talk super slow the whole stream, and the latency won't seem so bad. Oh no, wait, that might make it worse. Yeah, geez. Jeez, dude. Where's that time machine you promised? You know what's so funny? I made a time machine when I was a kid, and it was so funny. I was trying to be a little inventor. I was always wanting to be an inventor. I was like obsessed with like these characters and like anime who are inventors, Dr. Arkeville and Doc Brown from Back to the Future. Any scientist character, any inventor, Wheeljack, Ratchet. So when I was a kid, I started building things and making some odd creative creations. And one time I had these rings. It was like a Michelangelo and a Donatello thing. And I did some electronics on a 2x4. And then it was like my riding time machine. It was like a skateboard time machine out of a 2x4. And I thought if I would dream it, if I would believe it's real, you know, then like how do you tell what time you're in? Like, how do you know if you've traveled like a minute or two back or forth through time, right? How do you judge in my little 7-8-year-old brain? I usually use the normal latency for Rad Zone. Goober streams on Wednesday nights. Sometimes 7 Central, sometimes 8. Is my delay really bad in my chat? No, your delay is fine. You don't have delay in your chat, apparently. Apparently tonight... Oh, I am up and down. Apparently I'm doing really good right now. I'm up and down for some reason, although I'm wired to my modem. So is the progress for MOC. Let me tell you, I got little to nothing done programming wise. Yep, this week has been rough. So yeah, this week has been a little bit rough, but I still got a few days left. No worries there. I'm not panicking. Nobody's panicking. So, Haribo candy. Your frames look fine to me. We kids have imagination, right? Oh no, this latency is so bad that I don't remember what I was referring to. Oh, here's a coin. That's like a Mario coin. With like the 1. Or the line in the middle, whatever. Well. That's pretty nostalgic, actually. It's got that flavor and texture of like those really old school gummies. Yum. Wow, that's really good. And by the way, this is the German version. I went to the dollar store and I saw there was a Mexican version there. And I'm like, I wonder. But they only had, I think they only had the gummy bears there. Anyway, so this was at the Asian grocery store, and it's the German version. Haribo Max Kinderfrucht. I hope I said that right. Und Erwachsen ebenso. Veggie. Oh, veggie. It's interesting. So copyright Nintendo. It's all in German. I'm sure it says Deutschland on here somewhere. Maybe. Oh, dude, now that we're adult geniuses, let's make a time machine thingy and do all the things. Do all the things that we want to do. Definitely I want to invent a time machine. I'm totally down with inventing a time machine. It is definitely possible to invent a time machine. Here's a Koopa shell. That's cool. So yeah, these are really, really nostalgic. I love this. I was so on Sunday I was totally out. Sunday was totally burnt out. Yesterday I was a little bit woozy, so I just did a little bit of looking back, and I discovered something really incredible. Okay, let me tell you about the flavor of this thing. So this tastes like those candy snacks you get when you're a kid in those lunch bags, but like the early kind, like the early ones. Like I was saying, like pre-Gushers, so delicious. Those licensed fruit snack packs, but the good kind, like the really good kind. Good. But they're much bigger. When I was a kid, I remember these gummies being a lot smaller. Delicious. Super stuck in my teeth, unfortunately. I don't want to push it too long. I definitely want to release something early September. That's unfortunate. I'm so sorry about that. What can I say? Sometimes life hits you like a car. But I'm not gonna. I've been definitely trying not to let that bog me down. But unfortunately, it has, without me even trying. Like I've been trying to ignore it and just like go with the flow. But it's hard. It's hard. Although these are already stuck in my teeth, I probably have like half of one stuck in my teeth. Here's a fire flower, which is really nice and bright. I couldn't say no to this one. Delicious. And it got the other one stuck out of my... the other one that was stuck in my tooth out. So, interesting discovery. Astro Boy. I've been really trying to figure out, like, what was my appeal to Astro Boy? I never quite understood why I had a strong connection to Astro Boy and why it was just so much my thing. And I was rewatching Astro Boy. I watched the 80s Astro Boy a while ago. I've seen it a few times. And then I watched the 60s Astro Boy, and then didn't really feel that one so much. And the 80s one, I didn't feel like I connected with it quite as much as I did when I was a kid. And the newer ones, they're quite different. They have a little bit more of a different spin on it, as much as like it's a reimagining, I guess you can call it. But turns out in Canada we had our own dub that was like distributed by Global Network, or no, it was Cinelume or something like that. It was a Montreal company that did the Astro Boy thing in French on whatever channel was in Quebec, and then they did it. They wrote the English version, and then a bunch of Canadians did the dub in English, and it was a 12-year-old Canadian who did the voice of Astro Boy. And he did a great job. So this came up on my YouTube just suddenly. It said the Lost Canadian dub of Astro Boy Episode 1. And this is what's playing behind me. So I did a little bit of research on that, and I found that, the voices are completely different. The script is quite a bit different. Well, not quite a bit, but different enough that like it appealed to me more. And I totally felt it. Like when I was watching, I'm like, oh my God, this was the lost Astro Boy I've been looking for. So yeah, that's what I grew up on. If I could find more Canadian Astro Boy episodes, I would definitely, binge all those. And maybe I should do a live stream, not a live stream, but like a watch party where we're watching some of these Canadian Astro Boy stuff, and we could talk about it. I wonder if anyone has realized that the Astro Boy that we're watching is like the American dub, and the Canadian version has never been released after broadcast. So that was an interesting discovery I found. Halloween candy will definitely be happening around Halloween time. Specifically those that Great Canadian. It's not taffy. What was it again? But I know exactly what you're talking about, and I know it's going to be at the dollar store. Sorry about the latency there. This is actually Miss Minutes. This is Laana Deceptikitty's Halloween costume, actually. So here's a sneak peek of what she might be for Halloween again. Last year she loved this costume. Yeah, she wore it for quite a few days. She couldn't wait to show her boyfriend. Oh, there she is. She's in heat. Oh, that's another reason why I was late today, is that Laana is in heat. And she hasn't been in heat in a while. It takes a toll on her body. But I got her some new Bengal food, specifically for Bengals. And yeah, she's loving it. Her body's really responding to it. She's feeling really good. And her coat's really nice. So I guess like she's like, yeah, I haven't been into heat in a long time. May as well go through the cycle again. So that makes her a little bit demanding to get outside. So I've been having to walk her whatever moments that she sees me in my downtime. Which like even my downtime, like I need some good rest to recover a little bit. So it's a bit exhausting. Today was a hot day, very humid. Even just walking from the parking lot to the office was a little bit of a struggle. Yes, Canada got a different English version, and much of it is lost media. Oh, Ninja, of course Ninja would know about this. Damn, I know. I have to find this somehow. So I looked up the company in Montreal who would be broadcasting this, Cinelume, and they're still a business. So by tradition, any global syndicate, they would erase their broadcast tapes after the syndication was done or whatever. So they wouldn't have any copy of the Astro Boy broadcast, but maybe the Cinelume place in Montreal might have it. And yeah, maybe I can get my peeps in Montreal to pay them a visit, or maybe I could just give them an email. Say, hey, where are you hoarding? Salut l'Astro! Salut l'Astro, là. Donne-moi l'Astro. Astro Boy is a robotic Pinocchio with heroic heart. Love the Canadian 80s Astro Boy episodes. Oh man! How come I'm the only one that never realized this? Hey, Laana. What's happening, girl? Are you hanging out with the bird? We still got that bird. He's chilling with us. Kitty. Come here. That's Deceptikitty being in heat. So, yeah, she's cool. Too bad I don't have the kitty cam. She's actually being pretty sweet right now. That's too funny. Yeah, the Canadian version was really my bag. That was my bag. Like the voices and the inflections of the voice actors. Ah, yeah, the Molassalas. Molasses Kisses. Yeah, that's the one. Mega Man is, yeah, Mega Man is definitely, a heroic, honest, young, robotic character. I love that. So he was much different than the American version I found, and very inspirational to me when I was a kid. I felt the voice acting was maybe superior, although it's not the greatest voice acting in the Canadian version, but I felt that maybe just appealed to me more because that's what I remember from a kid. Mega Man was good, but that came out later, and I didn't have such a strong connection to that. Number one, it wasn't written as well. Well, maybe I did have a strong connection. I had such a strong connection because I wanted to watch Mega Man so bad, but it didn't air on any of our Ontario channels when I was living up in Sudbury. And so we had some of these like blur channels, which were like these French channels, some of them. And it would air on one of these blur channels, so you'd have to have one of these descramblers. So didn't have a descrambler, so I'd watch it in scrambled mode because it was the only channel that would air Mega Man cartoons. And I felt like that was such a wow thing. Like, oh, Mega Man is on TV. How could I miss this up, even if it is a scrambled channel? So yeah, that's how I remember watching Mega Man. But you know, it was a struggle, and I didn't hear everything. I didn't capture everything, so I was kind of like forcing the enjoyment. So when I watched it later on, I'm like, oh, it's not quite as good as I was forcing myself to believe it. There's a star now. Yeah, Astro Boy was definitely different than in the Canadian versions than the other iterations, which I really appreciated. Oh, and I also discovered that the director of Astro Boy also directed Legend of Galactic Heroes, which I was like, what the heck? I couldn't believe that. Both English versions have a totally different episode 1, where episode 1 and 2 of the Japanese versions are combined together. I wonder if that's like the lost pilot or something like that. Like there was mention of on a YouTube channel of a lost pilot episode or a restored pilot episode. Oh boy, these gummies are not good if I want to keep a conversation going. Oh yeah, so one thing I want to talk about is I got the novelization. Well, I don't really want to talk about it because I don't want to spoil anything. But I got this movie novelization of Transformers 1. And you can hardly call it a novelization because it's 183 pages. Although it says it's 144 pages in the ISBN listing, whatever. 138 pages with some pictures in the middle that give away some spoilers. The font is very big, like very large. There's very few words per page. Very easy to read, and it's basically a synopsis of more or less it fleshes out the trailers, and that's it. There's no third act, so it kind of leads first act, second act, very, very watered down, and then it just kind of ends where it kind of, yeah, I guess you could say end of second act would be safe to say. So that was an interesting read. I could say it's an interesting premise. I like the idea where they're going in the movie, and that's another thing I wanted to maybe reflect on. Actually, before I move away from 80s cartoons back to this new Transformer stuff, I wanted to reflect on how things have definitely changed from how we grew up with cartoons and how we responded to it, whereas these days how it's marketed and how the advertising companies and the manufacturers and the production companies, how they're expecting the kids and collectors and viewers to respond to it. So let's take for example Astro Boy. Astro Boy in Canada didn't have very much marketing. It was very much just to have something on television. So let's say who's profiting off of it. It was just to keep people watching the TV network, because the more viewers, the higher the ratings, the more money they could rake in for their advertising costs and things like that, right? So it was basically a numbers game. So the thing is, there was only so many channels in that time. So Astro Boy started airing in Canada in 1985. You could put any cartoon on TV and I guess kids would be watching it. But you couldn't go wrong with Astro Boy. Albeit, my point is that they didn't really market anything outside of that. It was just for the TV ratings. Now, with the Transformers, for example, like there's all kinds of fan events and giveaways with this one. Like there's a lot. For example, like the pre-screening, which I find very interesting. How come there's so many pre-screenings? I've never seen a movie with so many pre-screenings. Like, just release the movie a month early if you're going to give so many pre-screenings. Everyone's going to have a chance to see the movie well ahead of its actual release date because of the so many pre-screenings. Anyone who wants to see this, seems like they can get in to see pre-screening. It's not very difficult. There's another one happening September 1st in my area, and then again on the 15th in my area. So maybe I'll get into a pre-screening. I don't necessarily need to get a pre-screening, but that'd be fun. Anyway, so there's a lot of fluffed interest around this kind of media now. Like, they expect you to get into the show, the toy, And I'm not sure. It's just a different sense. I can't really talk too much about it. Number one, my brain's failing me, and number two, my headspace is in like these old shows. So, for example, Astro Boy, like, what would we do? We would watch it. We would like talk about it in the playground, and then we would watch another episode and really enjoy it. Oh, that's what I was going to say. It was very much of a communal type of thing. It was like you shared this identity of like your icon and your hero, and you would, I guess that's still happening with the Transformers movie, but it goes beyond that. Like there is that marketing element where I could buy my hero type of thing. Anyways, maybe that's too much of a rabbit hole thought. Did you know Burger King is gonna have Transformers Once toys? Oh, that's cool. That's been a while since I've seen like Happy Meal toys. Maybe the DVD did not include the Japanese version of episodes 1 and 2, and Blu-ray just doesn't have a dub for all of episodes 1 and 2. Oh, interesting. I heard that season 2 of Astro Boy, the 2003 version, doesn't have an English dub, which is interesting because like there's like a continuity between the first episode and the last episode, and in order to, you know, understand what's going on, you'd have to like see the whole 2 seasons, and the second season just hasn't been released in English, which is interesting. Let's have a look at these TF1 B120. Oh, maybe I can zoom this in here. Here we go. So thanks to 2005 board member Dirge for sharing a Burger King TF1 Bumblebee toy. Cool. That's cool. I like that. And is it one of those like rollback things where it has that that weighted momentum thing in there? Oh, that's tiny. It's like a, I guess, Hot Wheel size. Manufactured for Burger King. Can't read who that's made by, but that's cool. It says the stamp on there is 2023. Wow, so they made that a year ago. Crazy, they've been hiding that. Oh, it's only 3 wheels. Look at that. The front 2 wheels are fake, and it's... Really? They couldn't afford to put an extra cylinder over there? Alright then. I wonder what the deal with that is. Holy cow. Oh, here's a comparison to G1. Well, there you go. Now you know how big it is. Dope. That's pretty rad. I'm digging his alt mode. It's another thing I want to mention is like TF1. You know, this is a big change. They're doing all kinds of new changes. What's coming next? Is it TF2? I kid, but like, come on, TF1. What is the reason behind that? With so much marketing and media and like, what is the thing behind TF1? Is it G1, but like pre the G? Is it like before the G? Before letters even? TF1. And then TF2. I just don't understand. Maybe ONE. TF Oni. I bet the Canadian Astro Boy was on the air to fill in government mandated educational quotient. That's true. There was an educational element to it, right? There was like at the end, you had to remember what Astro Boy. You're absolutely right. Number one, it's Canadian content because it was written. It was partially produced in Canada, which is one of the requirements to broadcast. Like such a percentage had to be on your network throughout the day. And yeah, there was an educational element to it. That's so funny. Canadian shows had to be educational, but like, I don't even know. Like, what is the meaning of education? Like, what is transferring knowledge? Education essentially is like the idea of transferring knowledge here into another's brain. But even the government, you like we had standardized testings when I was a kid, and it's shown that public education just isn't necessarily working on how we expect it to. It doesn't work. You can't train a bunch of animals like humans, like you think. No Megatron. No Megatron for the Burger King toys, eh? Okay, here, let me continue here. Oh, that's an ugly Optimus Prime. Oh, wait, no. That's not Burger King. Woo. That's cool. Yeah, that's not Burger King. James Coleman. Favorite tools part 1. Speed Racer, Battle of the Planets, Filmation's He-Man. Oh yeah, Battle of the Planets is also Gotcha Man, depending on what side of the world you're watching it on. Mighty Orbots, GoBots, Transformers, Astro Boy, cool. Kid Video Gem, and the Kid Video Gem and the Holograms, Bionic 6, and Thundercats. Cool. That's an awesome list of shows. That's an awesome list of awesome shows. I think he means tunes, not tools. Tunes. Cartoons. No, 2003 Astro Boy did have a dub all the way through until the end. It just didn't not air all the episodes in the US. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's cool. Then the YouTube reviewer I was listening to was incorrect. That's fine. Understandable. He wasn't a veteran or anything. It was just like, oh, I watched this Astro Boy stuff. There's BK Optimus Prime figure and vehicle. Okay, cool. Figure and vehicle, eh? This must be the Orion packs. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Es hoy. So hoy. That's cool. I'm digging it. I remember Beast Wars McDonald's toys were super rad. Like, those were the toys. If they could recreate something like that, something that actually transforms, like, what are they holding back on? Make them transform for God's sakes. Transformers 1, 2. That's right. Yes, that's what it will be. Transformers 1, 2. The movie. Sorry, you mean to spell tunes? Yeah, I thought so. As in cartoons. Part 2 in a moment. Oh, cool. Yeah, good. I want to hear part 2. Part 1 is a lot to digest. Like, we could do a full episode on just like the first 3: Battle of the Planets, Speed Racer, and He-Man. Dude, and then part 2 should be the rest. Mighty Orbots, GoBots, Transformers, Astro Boy. Transformers should be its own episode. Yeah, dude. Definitely want to talk about Battle of the Planets sometime. So yeah, I should do like some type of thing where once a month I should have a theme of like cartoons. Like once a month I'll have like a week where I do gaming, and then cartooning, and then maybe art, and then maybe programming and that type of stuff. So that fills up 4 weeks of the month. G1 till all are one. Oh, yes, that probably makes sense. Transformers 1 till all are one. Yeah. There is an emphasis about that somewhere in the trailer. Fight as one or something like that. Check the one that says King Jr. King Jr.? This King Jr.? The A-Team. Hey, Children of Primus. That spin hiding in the Children of Primus lounge. And then Transformers 3.33 plus 1. You cannot transform. Directed by what's his name? The guy who did Shin Godzilla. And did he do the new Godzilla, Godzilla -1? I don't think so, but I think he was somehow involved in it. Yeah, that's funny. the Evangelion extending the franchise with a 2.0 and then a 3.33 or a 3 1/3 or whatever it is. You cannot transform. What's the next one going to be? Let me predict. So 1.0, 2.0, okay, and then 3.33. Oh, not pi, but it would be phi, right? That's like 1.68. But how can you augment phi? You would probably have to make it like a Fibonacci number. Oh, here I am getting all... What was that? Tom Hanks movie there. Numerology. My favorite cartoons and animes are Transformers, Cubix. Yeah, I remember Cubix. Evangelion, Eureka 7, Eon Kid, Code Lokio? Kids Next Door, Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Yeah, that was a good one. And Sonic X. Oh, okay, cool. Sonic X. That one... There was 2 Sonic shows that aired concurrently. And I don't know if Sonic X was the more edgy one. Silverhawks, I find, is still very underrated. Yeah, it is definitely underrated. It was an amazing cartoon and concept. Definitely. Very much so. Yeah, Nidutron, I sure love Neon Genesis Transformers. Yeah, Neon Genesis is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, especially when they do some crossovers. I was in Japan at the time? No, I just saw online that they had painted one of their Shinkansen like Evangelion colors. Finally here from work. Oh, damn, Spin. Damn. It's late night working. Transformers 8. No explanation to where 4 to 7 are. That's Fibonacci number, so that works. 100%. No, Sonic X was from the 2000s. Oh, interesting. Okay, look, I have my window open. Let's search for Sonic X cartoon. Ah. Oh, that's cool. I don't remember these characters. I guess I never seen this one. That's cool. You mean the first 2 from the 90s? Yeah, from the 90s. That's what I would have been catching. One was on YTV, and then the other one was on Fox, I believe. And I picked up both of those channels, so yeah. I like the edgy one. More edgy Sonic was cool. The cute and like he was slapstick kind of Ren and Stimpy kind of humor, which I'm not really sure if it really hit right. Sonic Satam and the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, Saturday morning cartoon. Saturday AM, yeah. Sat AM. Yeah, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, that's what it would be called. Wait, be careful when going on images. Is that so? I guess you might be right. I hope I didn't... I know I've made that mistake before. I'll queue it up before I pop it over to that screen instead of searching like crazy. Favorite tunes part 2. Okay, here we go. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a list because a lot of these I actually am not familiar with. So real quick, I'm just going to copy and paste it while I'm reading through these. Oh boy, what's happening? Here we go. Favorite tunes part 2. Tsukasa Hojo's Cat's Eye? Oh, I've never heard of that. Interesting. Silverhawks, definitely awesome. Dino Saucers. Oh man. Yeah, Dino Saucers. I remember that. Lion and Vehicle Voltron. Yeah. Samurai Pizza Cats. Right on. Love Samurai Pizza Cats. Biker Mice from Mars. Robotech. Batman the Animated Series. And TF Animated. Rock on, dude. Yeah, these are all great picks. All great picks. James says, hey, Spin. Yeah, dude. James is a really, really awesome dude. And he comes to every Children of Primus stream. And he's always there, like, on time, which is so great. And, yeah, it's important. It's important that we get here on time. So thanks for joining tonight, James. I really appreciate that. This is your first time here, so I don't feel so bad for being late. Next week I won't be late. I'm sorry everyone for being late. What can I do? I had to eat. I had to eat. I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to come on without eating. I just wasn't feeling it. Reminded me. Thank you for reminding me. Spin is that Children of Primus is going to be doing a giveaway for Transformers 1 tickets. So the giveaway is going to be for a chance to see Transformers 1. I forget exactly what theater or where or what time, but it's in Toronto, and you're going to be able to see the movie right when it airs, right when it premieres, and it's going to be with us, Children of Primus crew, and yeah, we're going to have a good time. And then there's also going to be a giveaway for a number of other things, like we're going to have a after show dinner, and then we're going to have like some pre-show stuff, and then we're going to have some stuff from Gotham Central, which I have their little cardlets here. I put them on stream. I had those ready. Oh well. What can you do? Yeah, Gotham Central is going to be providing some stuff. And yeah. So check that out. So things are going to be happening with giveaways and contests. We're working on the hype of the Transformers 1 movie. There's all kinds of stuff happening in the Transformers 1 movie. So like all kinds of like marketing stuff. So yeah, Children of Primus is definitely getting on board. I have a friend who's a big Gem fan. I'm a huge Gem fan. I love Gem. Not the thing that really made me fall in love with Gem is like the rock and the colors. Like there's just so many colors, and like the merchandise had like so many holograph stuff and holograms, and yeah, just so colorful and rainbowy. That was like my idea of like 80s rainbow cartoon marketing stuff. Really killer. Just, you know, as a kid, it dazzled my eyes. Like, you know, when you watch fireworks, for example, that's the kind of feeling I would get. And then I can get pulled back into that state by just seeing some merchandise like with hologram sparkles on it. It works for me. For example, when I was rewatching some of the Astro Boy stuff, and there came that silhouette, and I used for the thumb of this video, came that silhouette at the beginning of the episode where it's just like red, green, and blue Astro Boy head, and I'm like, oh my god, that's like the thing of my dreams. I love that. Here are the other ones I like. Animated and Prime, definitely awesome ones. Animated is created by Derek J. White, which is just he's such a brilliant guy, and he did Teen Titans, which is like wow. So yeah, animated is great. Prime is excellent, really well done. The first Mobile Suit Gundam series, okay, yeah, that was really good. I like that one a lot too, actually. Unicorn Warriors, oh, interesting. Teen Titans, yeah, okay, Teen Titans is in that list. I just mentioned them. Centrix, never heard of that. MHA, Pokemon, Digimon Frontier. Okay, I remember Digimon, but not Digimon Frontier. And the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Yo, that's a good one. That's hilarious. I used to watch Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Hey, paisanos! Is that the one? Hey, paisanos! Hey, paisanos! Hey, Mario. And they'd have some funny guests. That was pretty quirky. And the guests wouldn't really know how to act. You could tell like this thing was just slapped together. Just get on set. Just get on set. Do whatever. Oh, here we go. Thank you. Thank you. Spin TF1 Yorkdale, 7:30 p.m. and dinner for 2. Giveaways before the movie along with the other things you mentioned. Okay, awesome. Right on, right on. Okay, at least we have that worked out. Like I mentioned at the top of the stream, brain's not working 100%. It's working partially, not 100%. Dino Saucer stands out to me because I missed the first episode when it aired and never could catch up with the show. Oh, that's harsh. Oh, damn. You know, there was often times where things you could like catch like the rerun or something like that. But I guess if you miss the first episode, you missed the first episode, eh? Damn, that's just how it goes back then. I loved Gem growing up because of the singing. Yeah, They had some cool songs. They did have some cool songs. Yeah, I would just vibe to it. Particularly just the music. If there was music and stuff, I liked it. It didn't really have to have any meaning in it, other than like the melody had to have some kind of meaning. And yeah, anything with well-written music, I appreciated. Yeah. So Gem was really cool. The music kind of fit the cartoon. I was gonna search something. Oh yeah, dino saucers. I'm trying to remember. Oh, dino saucers, eh? Yeah. You know, this is one of those things that I seldomly caught. Okay, and then you're right, there were no reruns after that. Interesting. No, I was too young to actually recall. It would just be on, and it'd be like whenever it's on, I would watch it type of thing. Cops is another one. If you guys remember Cops, the Cops show. If I do screen share, I checked out these pictures first. You guys remember Cops? Yeah, that was a cool show. I love the main character, that black guy. He was like, you could have been brown. Black guy, though. That guy was awesome. I forget his name. You know what? Like, that intro of the show was the thing that really did it for me. The Cops intro. Let's see if I can get the opening thing. Oh. No sound. I can get away with it if I don't do sound, right? Like, this was where it's at. I thought this was so cool. And I think this was, yeah, this was like same time as Transformers. So I was thinking, like, if Transformers was animated like this, that would really do it. Yeah. But the intro was typically the most well animated thing, where you have the most Sakuga. Sakuga is like the high frame animation. But yeah, this show was pretty rad. Really like this one. Bulletproof. Yeah, Bulletproof. Oh, and I love this guy with a dog. Yeah, he was cool. All of these characters are really cool. But it wasn't quite as cool as the intro. Like, the intro really did it, like I was saying. They should do... You know what they should do? I say they should do. Like, it's... Uh-oh. I gotta watch myself there. Somebody should consider maybe taking the time, if they find the interest, is to do like a 80, or what do you call it, like whenever this stopped airing, 1989 Cops, where they continue the series as if it was back then. Hey, my comments aren't appearing. Oh, is that right? I wonder why. That was the last comment in a while since you had mentioned that here are the other ones, like the animated Prime. Sorry, dude. That's another thing I gotta work on then. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna write that down. Things to work on for the next stream is, like, I have to do that latency thing. And then, so, comment, what do you call that? Moderating? Is too strong. Yeah, probably have to loosen up on the comment moderating. It's kind of automatic moderating. James, dude, thank you for the cartoon suggestions. Part 3, Digimon. Yeah, classic. Dragon Ball Z. Evangelion. Gao Gaigar. Sailor Moon. Oh, Sailor Moon's awesome too. I love Sailor Moon. Cubics. Ulysses 31. Ulysses 31 I discovered as an adult, so that's really cool. That was an interesting show. It's based on something religious. It'll come to me in a bit, but yeah, it's very interesting. Ulysses 31, Devilman, She-Ra, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Orgus. Yeah, 20th Century Orgus. Or is that the same thing? 20th Century Orgus? Yeah, right. So 20th Century Orgus is part of, like, that 20th century thing. Like, what was another 20th century? I think it was 20th Century Southern Cross. That's part of the same thing, which ended up being like a Robotech adaptation. Yeah, Mighty Orbots. Goober says, yeah, Mighty Orbots. So let's okay, let me check out what I'm searching before I put it on stream. There's a cartoon that slipped many people's radar that Arch Eagle put on during high school. Gonna find it. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Right on, right on. Yeah, yeah. Suggestions are totally welcome. This really brings me back. This is what I needed because like that taste of that. Oh, here we go. That taste of that Canadian Astro Boy, which was like a lost memory of mine. That was like some nostalgia kick I really needed. I'm like, oh my god, I just rediscovered something. Oh my god, was that Beavis right there? I'm saying oh my god a lot. Whoa. Great animation. Again, the intro is like animated really well. A lot of colors. Great movement, good frame rate. Nice backgrounds. Yeah, I love that. Love that glistening. That. Okay, I have to go back because wow. Okay, let me comment on how they do this. So, oh man, so cool. Oh, okay, this is interesting. So they have the background, which is the planet, and then they have the cell animation, which is moving, and then over that they have like this airbrush thing. It's possible. Like, how do they do that? I guess they would film it and then they would refilm it with this overlay. I remember Nelson Shin. So I was watching the Transformers commentary, and Nelson Shin was mentioning how they had to do like 4 times refilming of the film because like there was like overlay after overlay. So oops. So yeah, here's that glistening thing. Oh, that's probably another overlay. So like they were probably did that similar thing. So there's 2 overlays. One with that the lines, horizontal lines, and that glistening thing is another overlay. Very cool. Very cool. I'm not sure how they would have done that. Oh, and look at that sparkle at the end. Pew, pew. I love that. So cool. So cool. Subtle, but very characteristic. I love that. It's the simple things, you know, and like, who would have thought that would like it would have make so many long-lasting impressions on these young viewers, on me, anyways. You like Gem Spin? Outrageous. Spin replies to James, truly outrageous. He is truly outrageous for liking Gem. No, I don't think so at all. That's awesome. There's nothing outrageous. Nothing outrageous about that, unless I don't remember Gem that well. I just remember it being cool. And yeah, I gave it a couple of watches, but that's probably now 10 years ago. Have you seen Cubix? It's kind of like Astro Boy, Transformers, and maybe Gundam. Yeah, Cubix. If I remember correctly. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm not remembering correctly. I'm thinking of another show actually. Cubix. You know. I'm thinking Rubik's. I'm thinking Rubik's actually. That's not what you're talking about. Cubix. No, what is that guy? Dude, look at his colors. Very cool. Very cool. Oh my god, Dr. Wily. And he's riding one of those Soviet hovercrafts. Quirky. Quirky. Dr. Wily is an evil scientist. I love it when villains are the scientists. The villains are like the smarter one. Making you think maybe they have some of the right ideas. Cubix. Interesting. No, I've never seen Cubix. That's cool. Oops, the chat wasn't there, sorry. Yeah, cool. The robots for everyone. Wait, remember Cubix? That's the name of the video. That's funny. I guess that's one of those things that's buried in your brain. I know it's not the best. It's Dr. Wily. It is Dr. Wily. That's awesome. That's so awesome. No, dude, it's not about it being the best. It's about the creativity, and it's about the memories it creates. Like, it creates a universe of ideas, and not only do you have that in your head or in my head, like I'm thinking about myself, and like when I would take it to the schoolyard or to see my friends, like I would have this idea of like the storyline and the universe and like what happens and the science and physics within that universe, and then I would go see my friends, and then I would discuss that with them, and like we would share ideas, and yeah, it was a very communal and cultural religion, I guess. It's like on this lore. Essentially, it is like a religion, I guess you could say it that way, because like if you compare it to back in the day, you know, they would talk about this apostle, that apostle, and this prophet and that prophet as if they're like superheroes, or saints is another one. These are like celebrities, like, oh, saint this and saint this, and everyone's talking about these saints. So it's very much a similar thing to like a religion. So we would get together and discuss our religion, or having our like ho hum, ho hum, ho hum across the cafeteria table. And yeah, it's more about creating those connections with others who can share these memories and share these ideas. And I like exploring new things because there's so many ideas out there, and it's very interesting to see what ideas have piqued your interest of you all. So I know, you know, essentially you vetted these interesting things for me. So like whatever you find interesting, definitely I find interesting. There's definitely interest in everything, as a matter of fact. Like, if you say I'm not interested in that, it's either like, well, there's no way around it. That's just kind of being dismissive, and there's no real room for being dismissive, I suppose, right? You have, it's possible to have interest in everything. Why not? There is room for that. There's a better show that is more like Astro Boy. It's called Eon Kid or Iron Kid. Okay, interesting. More like Astro Boy. Now, why would it have two names? Is that like the Japanese version? Eon Kid. Eon Kid reminds me of Aeon Flux. So okay, so it says here Iron Kid, which is in English. So that must mean that it's like an English version. Ooh, cool. Very desolate. Kind of reminds me of like season 3 of Reboot. Just the dark skies, I suppose. But very cool animation. Wow. Very atmospheric. Doesn't seem to be any talking. It's just like, you know, it's letting you know the situation. You know, it's apocalyptic setting. Post-apocalyptic setting, I suppose. Iron Kid. Rad. How is that kid so well dressed in a post-apocalyptic world? That's fine, I won't ask. Like, where does he get the Oshkosh? But that's okay. You just don't ask questions sometimes. You know, one show that was really bad and I really loved was My Pet Monster. That was an atrocious show. It was just a terrible, terrible show that had maybe 1 or 2 good episodes. And because like I enjoyed one segment of the show at one time, I just watched it all the time, hoping and praying that they would have something entertaining on the show again. And I never dissed the show. It's always a good show in my eyes, just from like, I don't know what it was. I guess it's like those handcuffs, and then he went through the portal, and I thought that was really awesome. Rubik the Amazing Cube. Yes, that's the one I was thinking of. Rubik. It's me, Rubik. Botsmaster. Oh, cool. Botsmaster. I'm for that. Rubik was funny. Yeah, Rubik was funny. That was funny. That was another one of those like borderline educational shows, I think. Qbert, Pac-Man, and Donkey Kong had a cartoon too. Yeah, that was like that around the same time. Video game marketing push. ChildrenOfPrimus says semicolon. I would have to agree with you. As a matter of fact, I have something. Because you said semicolon spin, I have to show you something. Oh, semicolon. Semicolon. A bit random, but there you have it. Blackjack was awesome too. Blackjack. Okay, yeah, Blackjack. I've watched that. I've given that a watch. I don't recall though. That's something I have to rewatch. I'm gonna copy and paste that. Pre-Winter Soldier. In this show. Oh. Ah, I see, I see. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, that's some pretty awesome fight scenes. I watched MPM too because it was on. MPM? What's MPM? I'm not sure what MPM is. Oh, I watched this really weird show where like this guy was a mannequin and he would come to life after dark when the stores closed. It was really weird. I liked that show a lot. It was a really weird show. I'm not sure why I was so into that. James says it's called Saturday Supercade for the arcade cartoon spin. Oh yeah, Saturday Supercade. Yeah, right. Have you seen Ruby Spears Mega Man? Ruby Spears Mega Man? No, I haven't seen Ruby Spears Mega Man. That sounds cool. I love Mega Man. Those were the days. Those indeed were the days. Good times. Good times. We can go back there. Our brains are quantum as far as we know. And we could just go back there and travel through time. We're, the team, Goober and I are working on a time machine. So it won't be in the too distant future where you could buy some services from us and we could send you back there. I'm sorry. What is this Ruby Spears? Ruby Spears Mega Man, but the context keeps changing. Ruby Spears promo. Do I have to vet this before I show this? Or is this... Oh, I know what Ruby Spears is. Ruby Spears is a Japanese anime Mega Man. Is it not? Yeah. It's like a Mega Man OVA. Yeah, I saw this. I like this one a lot, actually. This one's really cool. Very cool concept where it's like he comes out of the video game and like into the real world, and the real world kid has to help Mega Man defeat Dr. Wily or whatever the case was. I like that a lot. Very cool. Typo. No, you meant to say semi. I know what you meant. That's funny, I accidentally hit the semicolon here. My Pet Monster I watched all the time until I couldn't stand it anymore. Yeah, no. There was never a time where I could not stand it. I watched that show every time it aired. I loved that show, and I'm not going to revisit it because my memories of it were good. One time I watched it, and I'm like, oh dear, this is terrible. This is just a promo. Oh, I see. Yeah. Long promo. Oh, okay. It's just 2 minutes, but that's okay. Yeah, I think they did like a trilogy or something, a couple of different OVAs. I'm not sure if they were connected anyway. What was released, isn't this? Yeah, this is just the promo. Very cool. Really nice animation. So that's something I would like to give more credit to. I'd like to pay more attention, like who's responsible for like these really nice keyframes, like this really smooth animation. I want to know who's behind the direction, because like as it turns out, like there's a lot of these shows that I really like, and the director is the same. Like, wow, that makes it easier on what I should look out for in the future. The Mannequin Show is today's special. Oh my god, today's special. We have to find the intro, because I remember the intro being quite memorable. Here we go. Yep. Why on earth? Why on earth would I be into this show? It's way, way, way different. Yeah, I felt that. Like, that wasn't very reminiscent of the OVA at all. Yeah, it was very different. The promo was very different than the actual final release. Well, let's not forget the Win X Club. Those girls are mystical girls power. Oh, what? Win X Club? Win X Club. Interesting. I gotta go soon to do my stream on Twitch. Okay, cool. Oh, right on. Okay, Ninja's gonna do a stream on Twitch. Right on. Okay, dude. Yeah, get ready. And we'll join you there soon. We'll join you there in not too long. Awesome. So, yeah, everyone. Ninjatron does his streams on Twitch. Tonight he's going to do something. I don't know if he's going to do gaming. Today's Tuesday. It's usually Monday night that's gaming night, eh? So, wonder what Ninja's up to on his stream. Let's find out. Yeah, what is this Win X Club? Have you seen Theodore Tugboat? Oh dear. That seems very familiar. That seems like one of those things that... Mother Goose. That seems like one of those things I would have watched all the time. Okay, I'm going to have to get back to that comment because right now I have to search for that Win X Club. What is this? Win X Club. Return to Alphia. That seems familiar. No, but Ruby Spears did a Superman cartoon in September 1987. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Ruby Spears. That's they did a really nice animation. This already I could tell is done by Toon Boom. It's an animation software. Most everything is done on Toon Boom, including The Simpsons now, from what I understand. Speaking of today's special, check out the special LeVar Burton recently made about reading Rainbow and the challenges they face from day one. I started watching that. Yes, I definitely want to finish that because LeVar Burton is just being absolutely real about reading Rainbow and like what happened and why they didn't go back to that. I remember hearing a story about it, but from what I understand, this new video reveals a lot more that we weren't really aware of. Oh, it's on Netflix. Oh, okay. Okay, excellent. Hey, Impactor, thank you for joining. I'm doing relatively amazing, dude. I'm doing really relatively amazing, actually. So thank you for asking. Really appreciate it. Health is doing all right. Yeah. How are you, Impactor? Thank you for joining. It's like Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. That's right. Theodore Tugboat. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because it's part of the same thing. That's right. Yes, that's right. Yeah, I watched Thomas the Train and all of these spin-offs. I guess this is the only spin-off I really remember. Yeah, I remember this one very much. Very much I would watch this one. It was very strange because like I knew it was part of the same cartoon or the same show. Yeah. Theodore Tugboat. Very cutesy. Yeah, I would watch it anyways just because of it had that similarity between them. I would more so be into the Thomas the Train thing. I'll be playing a game called Arzette. It's inspired by a parody of the terrible 1990 CDI Zelda games. Oh my god. I definitely have to watch that. What? That's so cool. Okay, so there was like these really terrible CDI games, and they had some like animation, and like they were totally not even anything similar to the actual Zelda lore. It was like its own thing, and that's so funny because I was watching something on those video games the other day. That's awesome. It's a parody of those Zelda games. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, channel popular user. Thanks for joining. Yeah, we're gonna close the stream very soon, and we're all gonna go join Ninjatron's Twitch stream. Arzette. Very interested to see this. Impactor Productions, good. Just finished working on Transformers Bumblebee movie, Cliffjumper Death. Oh, right on, dude. Right on, working on your stop motions. Transformers Bumblebee movie, Cliffjumper Death. Cliffjumper, did he die in the Bumblebee movie? I don't recall. Or do you mean Transformers Prime? Cliffjumper Death? My children watched Thomas the Train, and only after watching with them did I realize those trains were very destructive and cost the town millions of dollars every episode. Oh my god. That's so funny. Never considered that when I was a kid. Those naughty trains. George Carlin's gonna come out there. I'm not gonna ponder what George Carlin is gonna do to discipline Thomas after he destroys the city. Spin says, hey, Impactor. Oh yeah, Impactor says, I use man. I don't have to read that. It's side comments. Side commentary. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Very memeable game. Very memeable game. It definitely deserves a parody. If anything deserves a parody, this game deserves a parody because A, it's cool. It can be cool. You can make this be cool. Like, what was a cool CDI type game or Laserdisc game was Dragon's Lair. Yeah, that was a really good game. Even just the way you say Dragon's Lair, it sounds like Dragon Slayer, Dragon's Lair, Dragon Slayer. Yeah, it's cool. LeVar Burton also did the voice of Kiwami and Captain Planet. And the Planeteers? Oh my god, LeVar Burton did Captain Planet. Did he really? That's crazy. And there was that Donald Cheadle, Captain Planet. Okay, can I play that without getting copyright? I think I can. What is he doing there? In the Bumblebee movie, shatter and dropkick kill Cliff and split him in half. Oh, okay. I at least saw that movie once. I only saw that movie once. Spin is tired from work. Yeah, I feel you, dude. Oh, you want to see something cool I got today from work? This is what I worked on today. Let me show you. I have this case, and this customer got this case from Fan Expo here in Toronto. So he brought it to me. I knew what it was when he brought it to me. And it's a Game Boy. It's a Game Boy. Not only is it a Game Boy, but it's in like mint pristine condition. Very nice. Very beautiful condition. There's no scratches. I put a little sticky on the screen just so it doesn't get any scratches. So yeah, very cool. So I fixed it up for him because it had some corrosion in the battery compartment. And when I loaded it on, you can see there's some lines there, vertical lines, which I'll have to do some additional repair. I thought it was going to be good to go. I was going to give it back to the customer. Turns out there's some lines there. So that's going to have to be repaired. And then maybe I'll put it on a live stream on this channel, because I think it's more appropriate for this channel. Maybe. I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe I'll put it on both channels. Captain Planet destroying things. I think that Captain Planet clip was from Saturday Night Live. Oh, okay. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Very clever Saturday Night Live skit. This is a bit much. No, this is Funny or Die. Yeah, this is its own thing. Yeah, a little bit extra production for a Saturday Night Live thing. Earth. Earth. Spin is Haji. Earth. Oh, no, 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 no. Earth was the black guy. Earth. Earth. Haji was the heart. Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember now. Earth was, he was like Ethiopian or something like that. Who did I relate to the most? The American guy was too much of a hothead. I guess I related to Haji the most. He was such a dweeb though. Why? Why? He could have been cooler. I guess he was cool. I guess he was cool. Guy with the animal on his shoulder. Figures. Also, my first Comic-Con was very fun. Not TFCon. 4th State Comic-Con. 4th State Comic-Con. Oh yeah, that's right. You were mentioning you were going to that comic convention. That's cool. Right on, dude. That was your first Comic-Con. Okay, right on, right on. Comic-Con. I remember my first comic convention was in Sudbury, and it was called Generation X Con. And not really sure what Generation X meant at the time, but now I realize like Generation X is like all that era of comic book and stuff like that. But it was just like they had all kinds of stuff there. There's drones and whatever, not drones, but like RC airplanes, because this is way back in the 90s. In the 90s, when servos were still a thing. So that's what I was saying. I was saying that, well, someone was saying that, oh, look at these RoboSens, they're so new and so wow, look at these RoboSens, look what they could do. And like that technology essentially was existent in the 90s or even 80s, or maybe even earlier than that. Like we had servos, we could program these things in there and tell them to make this movement, that movement subsequently from one another. RoboSens aren't anything super special. Also, my very first Comic-Con was... Oh, I already read that. SNL had the odd view good clips. Like Sesame Street version of Joker movie. It was so dark and perfect. Oh. Oh. Had the odd few... not view. Few good clips. Yeah, yeah. Oh, interesting. Interesting. The only clips I can recall to mind of SNL was that Mr. Bill. Oh no! Oh no! Was that the voice? It's been a long time since I had television on. Oh, I got some more snacks. One more thing before we close out the stream. Because Ninja's getting on. I imagine he's getting on for 10:30. So I got these snacks. I should honestly save it for next week. Heck, let's do it. Let's do it. It's Tuesday night. This is my cheat night. I can't save this. I can't save this. What's gonna happen? I'm gonna eat it throughout the week, and I'm just gonna not be able to sleep all day this week. That's cute. Look at that. It comes on a little pie plate, and it's like a little plastic pie plate. So these are called crispy flakes. Interesting. It's a Japanese thing, and this is supposed to be like a white chocolate flavor. It's like a crispy candy, or whatever, flaky thing, in the shape of a pizza. Oh, wow. If you ever tried a clodhopper, it's very reminiscent to that, without like the excessive goopiness around it. Very flaky. Well distributed chocolate, or white chocolate. Not bad at all. Very good, actually. And packs, you got 5 Lego X-Men figures: Rogue, Gambit, Jubilee, Jean, Cyclops, and AOE Complete Hound. Studio Series Dropkick, Siege, Springer, and Titan. Return Weird Wolf. Okay, that's a sentence I have to break down. His name is Mati. And Mati. And his monkey is Suchi. Mati. That's funny. That's really funny. My dad's changed his name when he, after whatever, to Matti. Matti is like the Finnish way of saying his name. And because my mom's parents are from Finland, so he legally changed his name to Matti, M-A-T-T-I. So that is really funny, and that's something I didn't remember. So yeah, that Indian, that brown character was my dad. That's so funny. And his monkey's friend is Suchi. Very cute. Very, very cute. So 5 Lego X-Men. That's cool. I didn't know you could buy the X-Men characters individually in Lego. I thought like you would have to buy sets in order to get those. Because what? It's no fun just having the guys. Like the fun part is having the whole set where the players, the characters can interact in. So how did you get all 5 of those? Just loose? The Dollarama or a dollar store? Where'd you get those Lego X-Men? Or maybe they're knockoffs. And AoE Complete Hound. AoE. Man, I'm having a hard time. What does AoE stand for? AoE Complete Hound. It must be something. Age of Extinction. Oh, there we go. Brain. So there's a saying you go kidneys. There, kidneys. The kidneys are working. Siege Springer, right? Well, okay, so you got Siege Springer. Is that? Do you like Siege Springer over the new Springer? Is it Studio Series Springer? Must be. Yeah, Studio Series 86 Springer. What's your preference on the Siege Springer versus the 86 Springer? Very interested to know. Yeah, James did some work on his Springer and he fixed his up. So very interesting to know what your feelings, sentiment is on the difference of those figures. X-Men was an awesome cartoon. X-Men was one of the best cartoons. Hands down, there's nothing better than... There's very few things that are better than the X-Men cartoon. Very well done. The original run was really brilliantly done by a couple of people who didn't know too much about Marvel Comics, but they did their own thing and they stuck with it and they believed in their writing, and it was brilliant. Really, really panned out. And like this new X-Men 97, incredible. I can't believe that came together as well as it did. Very impressed. And then me and my dad completed Duke and Void Rivals for Skybound. That's awesome. That's something I wanted to mention tonight, is like I was reading the Skybound comics. I caught up with Void Rivals, which is really cool comic. Void Rivals is really cool. I have not caught up with Duke. I read issue 1 with Duke. Yeah, pretty sure that's all I read. Issue 1 of Duke. And there's Scarlet is out now, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of good comics. There's Cobra Commander, and there's a Destro comic. So yeah, Skybound is really going all out in this same universe, and it's all going to be tied together at some point. It's all gonna... Okay, so Daniel Warren Johnson is going to be cutting out of this whole franchise of the Energon universe, and he's going to probably work on something else. So it's probably limited, but I guess I'm happier that way, that it's going to round off with this one writer, and then maybe they'll do like a side story or offshoot or spin-off with some other creators. But yeah, it's very exciting stuff. A very big, vast universe. I'm really digging it. Yeah, in fact, I want to know, where did you get those Legos? How come you got them individually? No sets? No Lego sets? I'm not going to comment on this medicine drink. It's all right on its own, but like when you're trying to snack on something and drinking this medicine drink, oh, I don't know. I don't know. What are we going to get to next? I had a few things in mind, and I don't know if I'll get to it. I don't know if it'll come to my brain. Oh, here we go. And you can't start a sentence with and. And I, the Transformers 86 Springer. Oh. And I, the Transformers 86 Springer thoughts. Yes. I like it, but it's not my type of thing. Might get it, but I'm not sure. And the X-Men figures are knockoffs. Okay, cool. That's cool. That's cool that that you're more into the Siege figure than the 86 figure. Because like the people who are into the 86 figure have that nostalgic feeling towards that character design, like the character models of the 86 cartoon. And then the Siege one is like actually a cool looking vehicle, and like it has like this gribble and these details that make it actually look cool. Yes, yes. I've been saying that for decades. You can't start a sentence with "and." The joke is, it's Mel Brooks. Yeah, Mel Brooks said this. I forget exactly where. I think it was in Curb Your Enthusiasm, and he's like, you can't start a sentence with or maybe it was in the Producers. Producers was a movie / play. Mel Brooks did a play called The Producers, and he's like, or you do this or you do that, and he's like, I turned to myself, you can't start a sentence with or. But yeah, grammar. Just let the conversation flow. I'm just kidding. You can start a sentence with whatever you want to start a sentence with. But it's funny. Like for good humor, just to like to bounce back. You can't start a sentence with and. You can't start a sentence with or. But yeah, the flow of conversation. You can say anything. It doesn't matter how you say it. If you're able to get the message across, that's really all that matters. And texting and short form language, using emojis, for example, is indicating there's different ways of communicating ideas. And earlier in the stream, we were saying like standardized education doesn't necessarily work on how we believe it does. So yeah, there's definitely different avenues to transfer what's in here into other brains, which is what the intended thing is, right? Just get ideas across. Spreading ideas is what's most important. Be very well done, knockoff Lego figs. They be very well done. Can I pet that dog? You're kidding me, Spin. Good grammar. Good grammar. Makes you smarter. Gonna catch some Z's. Glad I found your channel, Micah. Have a good night, everybody. James, thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. I was just considering closing it out pretty soon anyway, so you stayed for the long haul, dude. Thank you so much, James, and I'll see you. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Talk to you before Sunday night. And yeah. Have a good night, dude. Yeah, Spin's so funny. Well, Spin has kids, so like that's probably his like default setting, you know. It's like, oh, that's a mistake. Correction. Mistake. Correction. Such a dad thing. Hey, Spin. See Spin. See Impactor. Wait. No, that's James is leaving. Spin is sticking around, dude. What I was gonna see is Ninjatron already on Twitch? What's happening with Ninja? Oops. He's talking about his game. Yeah. What else did I have to talk about? Transformers 1 novel. Transformers movie that I watched, some of those toys. I listened to the Transformers album, the vinyl record. Yeah, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. Sound was really great, mastered really well. I really enjoyed the left and right mixing. I haven't listened to the other version, I don't think, too closely. Like, I did listen to them on YouTube, but like, I actually sat down and had a session listening to it, and yeah, it was really well done. The 40th anniversary track at the end was really cool. I enjoyed it, but then Fear or Courage, Anthony pointed out to me, it's like that's what they use on every marketing thing for Transformers in the past few years. So it's like, oh, I have heard that before. I make that mistake all the time. So, what's next? So next week, maybe we'll do some more creative stuff. I don't know. I was actually thinking of doing some 3D printing stuff today, but definitely that wasn't going to happen. I was definitely going to do an Astro Boy thing. I've been on an Astro Boy Ziff since like last week, so it was a good opportunity to do some Astro Boy stuff. I was going to 3D print some Astro Boy stuff, or just something fun. Maybe next week we'll do like designing a 3D printed thing, or maybe we'll like get a figure and then we'll like figure out what kind of upgrades to do on it, like how to do an upgrade kit, and it would be fun. Maybe not necessarily for next week, but it's something to consider. And then yeah, I was considering doing like an art stream, showing off some artwork, and then yeah, I'll leave some polls in the community maybe, and I'll do some sharing and talking more in the Discord. So that's going to be my plan for this week. Now, what am I going to do? It seems like people are piling into Ninja's stream, so I'm going to allow this to quietly close out, and we can all pour into Ninjatron's stream. So can I do that? Can I shout out to Ninjatron? Let's go and storm Ninjatron's stream. Sweet, that works. So yeah, thank you all for joining. Deceptikitty, you're spent. What should I do? Bumblebee movie finale battle. Transformers 1 trailer. So I think I can help you with which one you should decide to do. Find the one that you know directly the message you want to get across. Whether it's your skill of your stop motion, there's always one aspect that you really want to show off, right? You want to be able to point to something and like, yeah, look how good this is. Like, for example, like the frame rate, or like the animation of the motion, or like the story, or maybe it's like meaningful, that particular scenario. Find the one that's at the moment means the most to you, and the one that will give you the most drive to get through, and just do that. So the way I see it is, when you're creating like this, it's like giving birth. There's a very laborious period, and the laborious period is very long, and the birth is just very instantaneous. Like you're done. Wow, here it is. Like there it is. So be prepared to go into labor, and knowing that your labor is going to pay off. So you're always wanting to learn. I'm always wanting to learn, and even when doing something similar, I would love to be able to learn how to do it better, more proficiently, with more character, with more style, with a different style. Maybe you want to do a different style of stop motion animation. Maybe you want to, see different flavors of effects, like blast effects or motion effects or blur effects or background effects or editing effects. I would make it a project, right? Like I would make it a point to be like, Okay, this time I'm going to improve my lighting skills. So I would approach it like that. I would say, okay, which one is the most meaningful to me, and what aspect of it do I really want to showcase? And just get it done. Just like do it. Just burn through it and like push it out. Because once you get tired and disinterested, then the initial fire might not be there anymore. That's just my suggestion, to give like the best fire creations one after the other. Every sneeze is a hit. Woo woo, thanks bud. Anytime, Goober. Anytime, whatever you need, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this out. Go check out Ninjatron's stream. I'm going there now. Thank you all for joining. Really appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun every week. So I'll see you again next week, 8 o'clock Eastern. And everyone stay safe. Look out for each other. The people around you and the ideas we share is the greatest wealth that we have. Let's work together as one, and let's do our best. I certainly will. Right on, dude. Just some thoughts and Pactor. Right on. Thanks, Spin. Yeah, I'll see you in the Ninjatron stream. Let's work together until all are one. Thank you, guys and gals. Appreciate it. Ciao.